Hey, Spaz here back with another YouTube video, and Apple has just done their event yesterday, and they just announced their new iPhone 12 models and the new HomePod Mini. Let's get to it. From the event, Apple had announced the new HomePod Mini and the iPhone 12 models, which consisted of the iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Mini, iPhone 12 Pro, and iPhone 12 Max. So let's get through it and let's talk about some of the specs. So I'm going to start with the HomePod Mini. And just a couple of years back, Apple had announced the actual HomePod, so the actual original version, but now they've announced this smaller version, and it's going to be, I think, to myself, for me, it's going to be more like a competitor to the likes of the Google Mini and the Google Home and things like that there. I think it's priced to more in that bracket, and even though this is a smaller device, I think the sound's going to be pretty amazing from it as well. From the event, they talked about different things that it can do, and obviously you control it through your home, and obviously use your Siri, and it's an intelligent assistant, and the sound as well is going to be it's going to be filling room filling sound as well, as they said in the event. But I'm going to just, while I'm talking here, I'm just going to throw up a few wee specs and stuff and just let them roll up through just while I'm talking. But we'll have to wait and see when it comes out and get a few reviews on it. But to be honest with you, for the price and for what you're getting, and a compact size, and it's a nice wee size. So it is the HomePod versus the ordinary HomePod. Now it's a more bigger device, but it's still not bad either. It's similar style. Obviously the other one's more taller, this one's more a rounder. But yeah, wasn't really hadn't really I heard a rumor before the event that was going to be announced, and it was, and but the main thing for me was obviously I wanted to hear more about the iPhones. Now let's talk about the iPhones. So the first one I mention is I want to talk about the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Mini, and I just wanted to make a note the colors first of all. So the two variants, or the two models, will come out in black, white, product red, green, and blue. Also, the storage options are going to be 64, 128 gig, and 256. While I'm talking about these, I'm just going to be a few slides and display as well. The iPhone 12 Mini has a 5.4 inch screen, and the iPhone 12 has a 6.1 inch screen. They both have Super Retina XDR displays, and they have a resolution which I'll show on the screen for you as well. Yeah, every year iPhone does make better, screens, and they do enhance them. If you're someone who buys the phone every year, there's probably not a lot of difference, but for the person who maybe will buy every 2 to 3 years, will notice a big upgrade, so they will. It has a dual 12 megapixel camera system, so it has an ultra wide and a wide angle camera. So there's going to be 2 times optical zoom and 5 times digital zoom as well. Just a couple of wee points that I want to notice as well, just regarding the video recording. So it can record 4K video at 24, 30, and 60 frames per second, and 1080p HD recording at 30 frames and 60 seconds, and 720p HD recording at 30 frames per second as well, with a 2 times optical zoom and a 3 times digital zoom. And it supports slow-mo video for 1080p at 120 frames per second and 240 frames as well. But there's a lot of things, it's good. I think the camera's probably, to me, camera for photos and videos is probably the main thing that I'd be interested in, and it seems the area they've sort of focused on more since the last year as well. So obviously other things too, but these are the things that sort of give me the interest as well. And obviously they have a true depth camera as well, which is 12 megapixel. So I'm just going to wrap it up there for the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Mini. And the next one is what probably I'm more interested in, and I want to maybe a wee bit more in depth than that. So I want to talk about the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now, I currently have the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and it is a fantastic phone. And this is me making this video as well to help me debate and to see if it's something I should be doing as upgrading or maybe holding off to next year. So let's just talk about some of the specs first of all. So the iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro Max comes in silver, graphite, gold, and Pacific blue. Sorry about that. Now they come in three different variants of storage capacity size. So it's 128 as the base model now, and then there's a 256 and a 512 gig. Yep. So also the screens come in. Obviously, the iPhone 12 Pro is 6.1 inch screen, and the Pro Max is 6.7 inch screen, and they both come with Super Retina XDR display. They have a pixel density of 460 ppi retrospectively and 458 ppi. Yeah, the screens are going to be amazing. So they're a lot more enhanced since last year. But no, definitely, they're going to be good phones, and as I go down through the specs here, like some of the things that's going to be interesting me more than others. The other thing I want to say, they've obviously the same as the 12s I didn't mention before actually, and obviously the whole range have a new chip, so it's now the A14 Bionic chip, which that's going to be a lot more processing power, and they said it's up to 50% faster than the latest current phones in the market at the minute as well, going by the event, so we'll have to wait and see if that comes to fruition or not. Next thing I wanted to mention just was, so obviously they have the same 12 megapixel Pro camera on both of these, the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. So they come with an ultra wide, a wide, and a telephoto camera. Now the differences, sorry, I'm just reading through as I'm doing this here because I just want to make a note of these for you. So the main difference between the two models, the iPhone 12 Pro has a 2-time optical zoom, and a 2-time optical zoom out, and a 4-time optical zoom range, and a digital zoom of up to 10x. Now the 12 Pro Max has 2.5 optical zoom, 2 times optical zoom out, 5 times optical zoom range, and a digital zoom of up to 12. So that's to me, that's the main difference on the camera. It's probably pretty much the zoom. They also have, which they had mentioned that I need to look a wee bit into it more. So it's obviously for night mode portraits enabled by, is it LIDAR scanner, LiDAR or something? I can't remember that's how they pronounced it. But that'll be interesting, the quality at the night, and if they can enhance that even more, all the better, because that's what a lot of people, when they're taking shots, or maybe in the evening or early morning, or where it is a wee bit darker, to get those more crisper, better shots. Yeah, can't wait till I'm still really debating where to get one or not, and I'm reading through this, it sort of make me want it maybe a bit more, to be honest with you. But some of the specs are amazing, but obviously I'm going to have wee specs just run through as I'm talking anyway, and obviously the video as well, they are doing 4K at the same as the previous models, the 12 and the 12 Mini. They are going to do 4K at 24 frames per second, 30 frames and 60 frames as well, and then 1080p HDR recording at 30 frames and 60 frames, and 720p recording at 30 frames. Yeah, it's just a few wee specs I want to go through. Some of the things are probably more interesting in myself. Oh, and I just want to mention true depth camera is 12 megapixel as well. And yeah, and obviously it does slow-mo and at different recordings, obviously depending where it's 4K, 1080p and so on. But as you'll see, you'll going through the screen as I'm talking as well. No, that's the main things I want to point out, going through the specs here. And somebody like myself who's interested in making videos or doing a wee bit of photography, or things like that, and there's obviously a pro feature I think for the camera as well, a pro raw. So there's going to be the images, say if you had like a DSLR camera or something that takes these raw images, that gives you more flexible when you're editing photos. So you can adjust them more, and there's more, more you can do with them instead of just an ordinary standard photo. And that's another feature that's going to be on it, these ProRes images. So that'll be interesting. Need to read a bit more up on that, but just want to see how good it is, and maybe if I get one, I'll have to do a wee review and do a wee test shots and wee test videos and things as well. But here it's all good, you know what I mean. The new specs look good. I'm getting more excited by the day, and I didn't want to make the video straight away last night. I wanted to sort of make a video. Now, this is recording as of the 14th of October, and it might not be published till tomorrow, but maybe I'll have another view and then maybe I want to do another video. But yeah, I'm so excited, and hope you are excited as I am, and they'll not be long till they're out. Now, obviously, I'm going to put a few wee things up on screen there as to when they're actually coming out. Now, they're staggering the launch of them. So as far as I can remember offhand, the 12 and the 12 Pro are coming out in October, and the 12 Mini and the 12 Pro Max is coming out in November. But if that's wrong, you'll see it on screen anyway, the dates of them, so you will. And here, yeah, can't wait to see and roll on till they come out and get a wee bit more information. Maybe as they get near the time, they'll launch more. I'm just going to wrap it up there for the new iPhone specs, and it's just some of my own wee thoughts and just some of the things I'm interested from the new iPhones that are coming out. The last thing I just wanted to make a note of on here, so the prices for the new models. So I'm just going to roll from the Pro and work away to the Mini. So the iPhone 12 Pro comes in at £999 in the UK, and it's $999 in the US. And the iPhone 12 Pro Max starts off from £1,099 in the UK, and it's £1,099 in US dollars as well. And the iPhone 12 starts off at £799 in the UK and $799 in the US. And the iPhone 12 Mini starts off from £699 and $699. And that's just the wee price there. I'm going to have them up on screen as I'm talking through, and obviously there's different, so as you go up the models, obviously if you go for higher storage, obviously the price goes up as well. But yeah, it's interesting. We'll have to wait and see soon. And the last thing that I want to mention is the HomePod, and I'm just going to get the wee prices. The price for the HomePod Mini in the UK is £99, and the price for the HomePod Mini in America and US dollars is $99 as well. Yeah, I've enjoyed sort of watching the event, and I've enjoyed making this wee video with all the different specs and stuff. But here, if you like the content and you want to hear more, want to see any future videos, hit that like and subscribe button, and if you want to be notified of when they drop, just hit that bell notification, and I'll see you until the next video. See you soon. Bye.